There may not be any more clarifying piece of information that I can share with you than this. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to give you permission to become the person you want to be. No one's going to anoint you, bless you, release you. If you want to live the unleashed life, it's up to you to decide to go all in for yourself. Let's dive in. Welcome to Success Sundays with Harrison. I'm your host, Harrison Wilder. I'm a corporate strategist and entrepreneur with an executive MBA from the George Washington University. I've managed 2 multi-million-dollar companies, and I advise top-level executives from a variety of industries. In this show, you'll find practical insights that will help you succeed as a leader in today's business environment. If you're serious about developing your skills as an executive, this is the place for you. Enjoy today's episode. If you have little children, you may not be unfamiliar with the phrase, I am bored, right? If you ever had your kids run about, Daddy, I'm so bored. Mommy, I'm so bored. I'm bored. This is so boring, right? I remember reading, of course, Stephen Covey has the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, but his son, Sean Covey, wrote this book called 7 Habits of Happy Kids. And of course, the first habit is being proactive. And the way he illustrates this inside the book is you've got one of the little kid characters running around, and he just wakes up one day and he's so bored, right? He's like, I'm so bored, and he starts going up to his parents and he's telling them how bored he is, but they're too busy to help him. They won't help him figure it out. He goes then and he talks to some of his friends, and of course, they're busy. They're doing homework, or they're working on little projects and things like that. And he floats around from friend to friend, and nobody wants to help him overcome his problem with boredom, right? Well, of course, what he figures out by the end of that first chapter is that no one's coming to save him, right? And he even learns that the best way to figure out what you're supposed to be doing and how you cannot be bored is to look for ways to help other people. It was a simple lesson, a simple illustration, but man, I remember that hitting so hard and working so well with my children, just helping them realize that, wow, if I'm not going to be bored, or if I'm feeling bored, it's up to me to figure out what I'm supposed to do. And one great tool is to look around and be like, well, are there people that I can help? Right? Are there people who have needs that I can help with? And that's one way that I can keep from being so bored and actually experience a lot of fulfillment in life. Well, when I was a pastor, obviously, years ago, a lot of people felt that they were called to do something for God. And I noticed this pattern that people would expect, and maybe it's just the way that we ran the church, but they expected the church leadership to give them something to do. And I felt this huge weight of responsibility all the time. Like, man, I've got to all these people, I got to help them figure out their calling, figure out their gifts, and then find things for them to do inside of the church. Well, of course, that should never have been my responsibility or the responsibility of anybody in leadership. You know whose responsibility it is to figure out what you're supposed to do and how to go out there and do it? It's your responsibility. If there's anything that you're supposed to be responsible for in life, it's knowing what it is that you are supposed to be doing. What value can you add to the world around you? How can you help people? Who are the people in need around you? And what are the unique things that you can do to actually reach out to them? But we're trained to sit around and wait for somebody else to come in and to tell us what it is that we're supposed to be doing. And I think it's part of how the educational system has been designed. We're not really released to go and figure things out for ourselves. Everything has to be taught. Everything has to be guided. And look, there is some great wisdom in finding mentors and finding teachers and people in your life that can help you develop into the person that you're supposed to be. But listen, you can't transfer the responsibility of knowing who you are and what value you bring to the world to somebody else. That's on you. That is your responsibility. And the quicker that you can see that and to understand that, wow, I don't need to wait for somebody else to bless me, right? I don't need to wait for someone else to tell me, you know what, you're supposed to go do this. I can figure it out, and I can listen to the desires that are inside of me and pursue those and go forward and charge towards my dreams all on my own. So listen, here's a success challenge for this week. What is a need that you are uniquely equipped to meet? Look around you. Look at the people around you. Look at the situations around you. I know that, as I'm recording this, there's a hurricane that's moving through the southeast, and there's all kind of needs out there. And a lot of times we tell ourselves that we're too busy to help people, that we're too busy to get involved. But what if you could actually be like, wait a minute, there's an area here where I'm uniquely equipped to help people, and then go find someone who needs your help and just say yes. Well, if you have any questions for me that I might be able to help you with in a future episode, post them down in the comments. I love to hear from you and to create content that's really relevant for you. So put them in the comments. My team's going to tee those ideas up to me for future episodes. Until then, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Great businesses and great leaders are built using effective communication. For more, go to speakingschool.com, grab my Elite Business Success Toolkit for free just for trying out our Speaking School membership. That's speakingschool.com. See you next time.